This is October 27th, 2021, day 178, I believe, on trail day. So I camped this camp spot right off of the trail, and max patch is like maybe a mile of summit. It is a beautiful sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. So I'm kind of glad I camped here. It was cold last night. I woke up like 7:45, wind was blowing, it was cold, so needless to say I didn't get up. So it is 10:35, I got all my stuff packed up, about to take down the tent, so I'll be on the trail by 11. I can either do 20 miles or stay at the shelter this like 3 something south of Hot Springs. But I'll figure that out as I go. I'll text with the shuttle driver and coordinate that. So yeah, it's either like a 17-mile day or a 20-mile day. We'll see. And then you gotta be careful. Last night I was setting my tent up and come around the string, and somebody had broke off this piece of rhododendron, I guess. And even though it's not the right height, somehow that got me right in the eye. It bled a little, but not bad. But you gotta be careful out here. Something simple, you lose an eyeball. So, but I'm gonna get all this put away and go see what Matchpacks has to offer. So I was a little closer to the summit than I thought. I was just 0.4 according to the sign. So I got to here last night. This is where I started my ending video, where I ran into the northbounders. Headlamp was dead. So I'm assuming that way since the blaze is there. And there's a blaze here with an arrow. I know this is the way to the summit. Just didn't want to take the wrong trail. I just saw a southbounder as I was leaving camp. Said there was a ton of people up here. I was like, well, that's to be expected. Even if it is just a Wednesday. But he said they were good views, so better than what we would have gotten last night. And it's most definitely warmer than it was earlier. First view of the day. Can faintly see the moon. Nice views. Respect the rattlesnakes and ticks' privacy. Please stay on the trail. That's going to be one of the funniest little trail signs. I don't want to catch any ticks with their pants down. Trail would have probably been quite muddy yesterday. There's another respect the privacy sign. Well, max patch. I don't see any more blazes, so I would assume that's CHE. Alright, my assumption on the trail was correct. There's a day hiker give me a whole bottle of water and a roast beef sandwich. How cool is that? So I've packed enough food for 2 days and I'll probably still go to town with a day's worth of food. Oh well. I will eat that sandwich when I get to the shelter I was supposed to be at last night. I'll get a nice long downhill stretch for a while. And then we'll get to enjoy some uphill later. This is a campsite I had read in Gut Hooks that was in the trees just south of Max Patch. And I had thought about coming here last night and then going back up to Max Patch in the morning. But when I ran into the other guy that didn't have a headlamp, kind of changed my mind, I guess. He was gone this morning when I got up. I woke up 7:30, something like that, and he was still there. But then I dozed back off, and he was gone. So he's really quiet. He was going to try to get to Hot Springs today. Just a big, giant place to camp down here. So, probably going to stop at the next shelter and have lunch. And then see what kind of miles I can make. I've probably only done a mile or so. Mile and a half at the most. And it's 12 o'clock. So in the best case scenario of I could be in Hot Springs at like 9 p.m. So I'm probably going to end up staying at the shelter just 3 miles out of town and go home tomorrow. I don't know how hash that out with a shuttle driver. I hate to make a shuttle driver drive that late, but if she's cool with it, then that'd be alright too. But that's still a long time to think about that, so in the meantime I'll just focus on getting to lunch. So that's the trail going south. I just came that way. This is going north. I had to stop and make sure I was on the AT. There was no blazes. And I was like, this trail is just too wide and flat. Yeah, there's a blaze. So I'm almost to the shelter. I can't remember the name of it. I assume probably no one is there. I don't know. It is 12:15, so could be somebody there taking lunch. AT to the left. It's got a little bit more wear to it than the other trail. Yep, get to the shelter, have lunch, hike a while, and then decide if I'm camping or pushing into town. I got like, I just looked, it's like 18 miles, 17 something. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how the day goes. Oop. I love when the root just jumps up in your way. Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot of downhill, so I might can make it to town. Well, I know I could if I just adamantly wanted to, but the biggest thing is afraid I'd get there too late, and then my option would be to stay in the hostel, which it was a cool hostel. But every hostel stay costs money, and when you're not making money, not working, you gotta think about that. But then again, I don't have a whole lot of trail left, so I don't know. You know me, I'm super indecisive. Wherever we get to, we'll get there anyway. So I made it to the shelter. Let's see if I can see the name of it, because I don't remember. It's over on the wall. Got a mailbox. This is the Roaring Fork Shelter. (2005). So, not too old. Some bare cables and the privy. You can get some shelves outside you can cook. I'll show you the privy. This is the second privy I've seen like this. shelter I stayed at before Hot Springs, I think, had one similar. Not much to it. Pretty simple and basic. Yep. Alright, well, I'm going to have lunch and then move on. So I had my sandwich for lunch. It was a Ingles Deli sandwich. A 6-inch sub. Tastes like ham, turkey, onions, black pepper, lettuce. I don't think it had tomatoes. The only thing it was missing was mayonnaise and mustard. But for a free sandwich, I'm not going to complain. There's 2 hikers that come to the shelter that are staying at Laughing Heart. I think Lemon Gap, the next gap, is where they're getting picked up. It would be tempting to just jump in on this shelter. I don't want to skip anything, I guess. So at some point, I don't know if this is in, I'll start climbing. And then we'll have some more downhill. I think there's like 3 climbs today. And then the last stretch is just one big downhill to town. The waistband feels pretty chafed from those rain pants yesterday. I bought them like 5 years ago. They're way too big on me. Guess I might consider getting some new ones. But other than Rudy in places, the trail's been quite nice today. No, not climbing just yet. So there's this little camp spot off there. I came up this way. The 2 section hikers I saw at the shelter are hiking to their car at Lemon Gap. And they're going to Laughing Heart. They offered to give me a ride. Oh, but if I did that, I'm skipping 14 miles. But I get to go home and see the wife and cat. If I do that, I'm going to see how this chafing along my back is doing. Because I'll catch back up to them here shortly. That's my only issue today. Obviously it would get better if I stopped hiking and irritating it, but then I have a 14-mile section. But I have 8 miles in Vermont, 89 miles in Massachusetts. At this point I just have to hike the whole trail again. Moonshiner barrel. That's the second one of those. I have no idea if it's a moonshiner barrel. But it's the second one of the barrels like that I found out by a water source just randomly. Bullet holes in it. Decisions. I don't know. I'll think about it. I really don't want to skip nothing. I'm not skipping anything important, but oh boy. I got 2 miles to ponder it. And I don't know how much further to Lemon Gap. If I catch up with these 2 guys, I think I'll take them up on the ride after. It's supposed to start raining tonight. And if I could get some of the outside stuff packed away and put in the camper this afternoon before the rain starts, would be beneficial. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a chicken. I'm going to bail out at the bottom of the first big climb of the day. That the chafing on my back would appreciate it. And I do want to go back to Hot Springs, so I could always day hike that section. If it's that important. Which it probably will be. Sooner or later, that'd be what happens. That's if I catch up with these 2 guys. I caught up with them after the shelter, but they seem to be booking pretty good. Maybe the other guy didn't like the other guy offering to give me a ride. Who knows? So, with that being said, we're either almost done, or we'll still have 12 miles. We shall see how it turns out. I suppose if I get a ride, unless there's not supposed to be anything really to see, but just in case, then I guess this will be it for today. Kind of a short day, but it was worth it. Clear views over Max Patch, come on. If I'd have pushed on for that to keep my schedule, I wouldn't have got that. So. The joys of section hiking, over through hiking. But either way, in a few days I will be back on the trail. So I caught up with the 2 hikers, and the one guy was kind of hesitant, so we'll see. I got like a mile to go. He was talking about he had a bunch of Gatorade and waters, and it'd be kind of crammed. The other guy said, well, we can figure it out, so I don't know. Just never know what the day is going to turn out like on the AT. I don't know if the chafing's from the... I had a sore spot on one side, but now it feels like it's all the way across my back. So I think it's from the rain pan. But I remember last year when I had lost weight, I had some issues and I've already lost over 20 pounds. So I'm almost back down to what I was when I got off the trail in December. I don't know if it's the weight loss or the rain pants, but I know 14 more miles of it wouldn't be pleasant. And it only hurts when I'm hiking. That's the funny thing about it. So when they first said something about a ride, I was like, ah. And then I started hiking. I was like, oh yeah, I do have this chafing problem. But I hadn't seen the wife since Erwin, so she'd probably be happy to get there tonight. I would have been on schedule as originally planned, but that 0 due to bad weather kind of throwed me back. But that's the way it goes. So, I guess this is the end, unless I don't get that ride. And then we'll be back to do more hiking. Well, I think I made it to Lemon Gap. It's probably the hiker's car. I'm going to take my pack off here and wait for them to arrive and go from there. Yeah, this chafing's really bothering me, so oh well. I think I hear them coming, so we'll see.